And just like that, we're back, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the vlog. I know I haven't filmed a video in quite a while, but I have a really good reason, kind of. Not a very good reason whatsoever. We had torrential rainstorms here in Utah. We had some baby flooding. We have a 6x6 Helosaurus. Naturally, we had to drive through the puddles, and unfortunately, we destroyed the camera, we ruined the microphone, and we lost the entire video. So I put the camera in rice. I think we saved it. We bought a new microphone, and we have a new video. And we're back, baby. We're back. I'm still super nervous that the audio is not 100% crisp. Are we good? Mic check. We good? We bad? You guys know. I don't know. I won't know until I review the footage, but I'm pretty sure that we're good. The problem is today is Saturday. We can't get a new camera until Monday, but Sunday tomorrow, we're flying off to Anchorage, Alaska for our expedition. I know I said we were gonna drive to Alaska, and we were going to. I'll explain shortly. We're now flying to Alaska tomorrow. So the flood expedition that we filmed, we have footage, we just don't have any audio. So we're gonna play it back right now. Now, in the moment, it seemed amazing. Watching it back, it's really not that impressive, but well, I know I said in the last video we were going to drive the Urus to Alaska, and we were going to, but unfortunately, we ran into a very personal matter that I cannot fully explain. So instead on Monday, we're flying up to Anchorage for the ultimate Alaska expedition. Now there's a silver lining. So we're not taking the Urus, but on Monday we land, and immediately we are buying a new vehicle in Alaska. We're flying to Alaska and we're buying a car in Alaska, and it has 700 horsepower. Count it. It has 700 horsepower, and we're buying it on Monday in Alaska. I feel like I just repeated myself about 5 times. 700 horsepower, new car, Alaska, Monday. There's a rhythm to it. Cold startup, Jeep Helosaurus, 6 by... Come on, 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 let's go, let's go, let's go. The 6 by 6. It's got 700 horsepower. Let's go, bud. Let's go. This is my cute little puppy. His name is Oscar Marshmallow. Oscar, say hi. Say hi. Let's go. Come on, give me a good boy. So Oscar's going off to the puppy sitter, Burlackers. It's not even fast, but it's so much fun listening to that supercharger. Goodness, all right, that was $5 in gas. I feel so ridiculous walking into Chase in a 6x6. Clearly, I'm overcompensating. Bad news, unfortunately, I guess now Chase is closed on Saturday. They're closed on Sunday. We're buying a car Monday in Alaska, and there's no Chases in Alaska. Proportionally, the Gladiator turned out so well. Also, we just installed power running boards. I got these little baby chicken legs. Getting in and out is a little bit of a pain. Not anymore. And take 2, baby, here at JP Morgan Chase. We're good to go. We got payment. The plan is Monday to buy the new car, and then we're gonna drive it to Dead Horse Point as planned, and then I think we're gonna ship it back, maybe. Honestly, I have no idea what we're doing. Now, in the last video that you guys have not seen because I never posted it because we lost the audio, we cut up the driver's side on the C8 Corvette. We're installing the Widebody kit because Widebody the world. So today, we're cutting the passenger side. Not because we should, but because 700 horsepower. Ladies and gentlemen, an actual living legend, Casey Draper. Dun 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 dun. I'm gonna kind of sort of snake you. So the driver's side is already done. You can kind of sort of see it barely. I'm not gonna show it to you guys because we're working on the passenger side. And if I showed you the driver's side, then there'd be no reason to watch the passenger side, yeah? Yeah. We're just getting straight into this. It was an emotional day on the driver's side. This car is brand spanking new, no accidents. I haven't even abused this car, and we're just slicing and dicing it. Casey's ready to roll, like he's just waiting for the verbal cue.
Let's go.
Let's go, let's go. It still hurts. It really still hurts. I haven't even abused this car yet. Like, I've done nothing. I haven't even done zones. I haven't done launch control. I haven't driven on the dry lake bed.
You don't even have a scratch on it.
I know. I know. Oh.
There you go.
Wow. Thanks, bro. I think you get odd satisfaction out of that. You love just handing me the parts, and then I walk over, and we just toss it away.
Another one.
Thank you. Another one. Another one. Now, most of you guys know this is my second C8 Corvette. So I sold my first C8 Corvette for a $30,000 profit, and the very next day, Pan-Am released their wide body kit for the C8 Corvette. I was so disappointed that I sold the car that then and there I decided I was going to buy another one eventually when prices dropped. Prices didn't drop. I bought another one anyways, and now we're slicing and dicing. Widebody the world. Bro, what is that piece? That looks so important. It looks like a door hinge.
It was important.
It was important. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. It was. The other day when we cut the driver's side of the C8 Corvette, I was all emotional, I was crying everywhere, it was actually quite disgusting. Whereas today it doesn't hurt quite as bad because the kit is gonna look so sick. I know a lot of you guys are upset, all we do is wide body cars, but like, they're cool. They're really cool, like particularly quite cool. By now, most of you guys know the drill when it comes to wide body kits. So step one, we install the kit, and when I say we, I mean Casey, the wide body king. After it's installed, then we remove it, we send it off to paint, and then we reinstall it, and then we're good to go. Unfortunately, I don't have wheels yet. I know, I fail every time. Now we have some pretty good news, great news, maybe the best news ever. Your boy, and when I say your boy, I mean me, I had a date, boys. I had a date, and I got reverse catfished. So her Tinder profile, she looked cute in the Tinder profile, but in person, she was cuter. Like the best iteration of the catfish, she was adorable. But we have a funny story. So during the date, we went to Del Taco. I know, I can already see you guys typing away. I took a girl out to Del Taco. It was her choice. Like, she picked Del Taco. She's like a girl after my own heart. It was quite delicious too. I haven't been to Del Taco in a while. But anyways, after we're eating Del Taco, she's like, so what do you do for a living? I don't really like to mention YouTube on the first date because it's hard to come across. So I was like, I work on cars. And she's like, are you a mechanic? I was like, not particularly, but she's like, you know how to work on cars. And I was like, well, I have this really smart friend named Casey, and he builds cars, and I just kind of sort of watch, and that's what I told her. Now, all of that being said, does your boy have a second date? Oh yeah, second date. That's how we do it. Del Taco. She chose Del Taco, I promise. What? That's the entire fender. Oh, thanks, bro. Appreciate that. Wow. There goes the serial number. We just cut that off. I am absolutely 100% completely useless. I can see it now. All the Corvette owners who wear Jordans and New Balances are getting salty in the comments right now. Casey, slice and dice. The side skirt, I got
There you go.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
I gotta admit, that piece right there kind of sort of hurts the soul. That's our side skirt right there, the full side skirt. And just like that. I don't know how to quite say this eloquently. I have an issue. And the first way to solve said issue is to accept the issue. We're in the acceptance phase. When I see a cool car and I get really excited, I say that it's sick. And the car is so sick. It is so sick. But I say it too much. But it's so sick. So I'm trying to come up with better vocabulary, but in the meantime, it is so sick. We've already passed the acceptance stage, now we're in the resolution stage, but for the meantime, this car looks so sick. Like the Phantom kit on the C8 Corvette is just completely transforming this look. If you visualize all the black pieces in rapid blue, it's gonna look so great, it's gonna look so sick. So I'm stealing Casey's line, so my apologies, Casey, but it was a good line. We were both so emotional, like Casey and I were both crying when we had to cut up the car, but now that the kit is bolted on, heck yeah, brother. Heck yeah, brother.
Steady hands, clear eyes, full hearts. Measure twice, drill once. Boom.
It's just too easy. Casey makes it look so easy. You guys remember, it took me 5 months to do my wide body events in a Roadster, and Casey's gonna crush the C8 Corvette in 2 afternoons. So in the video we filmed a couple days ago that we never posted because we lost the audio, Casey installed this new front splitter. It adds like 5 inches to the front end of this car. It is gonna be so low now. I'm definitely gonna destroy it. Like I'm gonna destroy that thing. So this piece right here kind of fits in, kind of sort of like so. Is it functional aero? Has it been wind tunnel tested? Probably not, but does it look super cool? Absolutely. Just like that, the wide body kit is fully installed except for this fatty wing. This thing is gonna look so ridiculous. So we gotta pull off the rear bumper and fit this thing on. Goodness. After that, after this fitted on, we're gonna remove the entire kit. We're gonna send everything off to paint. We're gonna paint it rapid blue to match. So visualize. You guys visualizing? I'm pretty sure you're visualizing. That's gonna look visually quite nice. I realize I move the camera sometimes at 1,000,000 miles an hour. I get quite excited. So just take a moment. I'm gonna stand still. Look at that. Obviously, we're not gonna have a double wing. We're gonna remove that wing. That is gonna look so sick. And then that wing, it scoots back like 4 inches. And the view from the side profile, what? This is gonna be the craziest Corvette in the world. But probably the best angle is that front 3/4. Oh my goodness. All right, so we're headed to Alaska, then we get back, then we paint, then we install. Unfortunately, wheels, I can't get wheels. can't say for sure, but I'm not sure I trust the structural integrity of those straps. Okay, hey, it works. Oscar's back. We finally have a big update on the twin-turbo Lamborghini Gallardo. So the Gallardo's off of Chicago, a B-Road built being twin-turboed. We discovered engine knock at low RPMs. Unfortunately, that meant we had to rebuild the motor. Getting parts in a COVID world is next to impossible. Well, all the parts have finally arrived, and they pulled out the motor for the rebuild. Now, how long it's gonna take, I don't really know, but we're getting closer to the finish line. And also in other random news, there was a Bugatti Veyron at Monterey Car Week that was at auction at RM Sotheby's. It sold for $1,545,000. Now, I'm not saying that my Veyron is worth that because my car has a lot more miles, but the values of Veyrons are like going straight to the moon. I'm trying to decide, like, values are high right now. Are values gonna stay high, or is it a bubble? Do we sell now, or do we hold on to the car? I don't know. I don't know what to do, but values are through the roof. Well, I think that right there is going to effectively end today's video. The Sea Corvette is looking crazy. The car's been sent off to paint next week. We fly to Alaska tomorrow. A lot on the docket. But as always, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did like squad, be sure to smash that like button. But just like that, this vlog is over, and I'm out.